Greeting, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are in this world. Knowledge is power. Information is power. The secreting and hoarding of knowledge or information is an act of tyranny camouflaged as humility. This quote is by Robin Morgan. Powerful quote. If the last 3 years didn't teach you a hard lesson about the power of knowledge and information, I don't know what will. Nearly 8 billion people on this beautiful planet held hostage for more than 2 years because they didn't have access to the right information. Never in the history of humanity this happened. 8 billion people on the planet held hostage based on false information because the right and the correct information was secreted, was withheld from them. Now the truth has come out. It's too late for it. For us who do research, for us who are connected, for us who seek the information, the right information, we got it in the first few days, the first few months, because it was in the government website saying it is a common cold. It was written in the government website. People don't read, people don't research. And all this nonsense that happened in the last 2 years was deception, fraud, and a scam. And the truth is out. You cannot see the truth. The truth is out. And now there is lawyers are after the British government and the US government, and there is so much going on at the moment. So the only pandemic was in the TV. Do you want a fact? Do you want? I don't talk based on gibberish. I talk from knowledge. Under the Freedom of Information Act, a letter was sent to the British government asking them to prove that SARS-CoV-2 exists, means SARS-CoV-19, BS, bullshit 19 exists. British government returned the letter saying, we have no data. What? Okay, let's move to the Irish government, same thing. Canadian government, same thing. So, what? Well, what? Yeah, so you have access to this information. If you want to check the letter sent to the British government asking them to prove that SARS-CoV-2 exists, they don't have no data. So if it's not bullshit 19, so what is it? You released a bioweapon on us? What is it? What's this disease? What is it? The virus was not isolated, because if you want to prove that there is a pandemic or there is a disease, you have to scientifically prove to the judges that you have isolated the virus. They haven't. So all this is a scam and a fraud. I didn't fall for it, but the usual people can, because they don't research. Information is power. Knowledge is power. Even if you didn't have the information, what was your instinct telling you? What was your instinct telling you? Your instinct was telling me that something is off. My instinct was telling me that something is not right. And there is one of my quotes say, my instinct never lied to me and was correct. And suddenly, in March 2020, my instinct is confused. And I go like that. I don't think so. And so do you. Your instinct will never lie to you. Your instinct is always correct. But seek knowledge. Seek information. This is why you're suffering. This is why humanity is absolutely in the ditch, because of the lack of access to the right information. You are ill physically and mentally because you haven't got access to the correct information about your health and body. You are poor because you don't have access to the right information about accumulating wealth and about entrepreneurial skills and about being rich. You don't have access to information. You have to seek this information. You are oppressed and ill-treated and treated really badly by authorities or by a corporation. Why? Because you don't know your rights. You don't have access, or you don't want to research your rights. Read the anything about your work, about the code of the traffic. You need to know your rights. The reason when you're dealing with the police, dealing with the authorities, you need to know your rights. Also, you are a slave to the system because you don't understand deception. Deception is another subject. We'll talk about it after this. You are a slave to the system because you don't understand indoctrination at school at a young age. You don't understand brainwashing. You are robbed by corporations and corrupt government because you don't understand deception. You don't understand deception. That's why you're paying something that you shouldn't pay. So, knowledge is power. Information is power. For my fellow Americans, brothers and sisters, you need to know your amendments, especially the 10 amendments. If you can't have a memory to memorize them, write them down, put them on your fridge, put them in your car, or put them in your wallet. This is for my fellow Americans. For my fellow British, you need to understand what the Magna Carta means. Magna Carta. Know what the Magna Carta means. And also, know what common law means. Know what the law of the land means. As soon as the law of the land and the Magna Carta was brought up, when the tyranny started here in this nonsense of 2 years, the government backed off. Everybody backed off because they're scared, because they know who rules, who has the power is the people. The Magna Carta. Knowledge is power. Information is power. Any human beings on this planet, if you don't know these basics, you are absolutely lost. Let's start with this. What's the basic? The scriptures. Bible, Quran, Bible, Torah. The scriptures, read them. You can't be stubborn and reading just the Bible or the Quran. Read 3 of them. You have the same messengers, same prophets. Joseph, Abraham, same stories. Same stories, same God, same... Why are you fighting? Why are you fighting each other? It's the same scriptures, same God, same stories. Why are you fighting? So you've been given the wrong information so you can fight each other. Have you? It's the same thing. You were living in the same land, coexisting without no problems, and suddenly politics divided you. Read the scriptures. This is the baseline. Read the scriptures. Don't be stubborn and ignorant. Just read the 3 of them and you will see. I can give you some books, a must-read books, so you know the truth. First, 1984 by George Orwell. A must-read. This is the first book. After the scriptures, this is the first book you need to read. 1984 by George Orwell. I think I'm going to list them. I will list them on after the video. Second, Animal Farm by George Orwell. Third, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. 4, The Alchemist. 5, Man search for meaning. I have given you the basic about the information you should know. This sets you free. If you don't know this basic information, you are walking towards a cliff blindly. That's what's happening to you. And I finish this with a quote that is mine, that I'm proud of. The enslavement of humanity is based on ignorance. Thank you for watching and listening, and see you on the other side.